Yeah, we are.
Okay, they can hear us because I can see the bars moving.
That's always good.
Someone drop a comment in the chat just so I know you're there. If you're there, I actually don't know. There's only so much I can see on this screen. We managed to start the stream without anything breaking this time, which is, we love that.
Yes.
We love that. While we're waiting, we can start by talking about what you are currently. What's your current Star Wars read? There's so much dog hair on the microphone.
Yes, there is.
What are you reading?
All right, so I'm reading currently 2 Star Wars books. One canon one and one Legends one. So my canon read is I'm reading Tears of the Nameless. I'm maybe, 2/3 of the way through, I'd say.
You said you just got to a really cool moment
Yeah.
that we're not going to spoil.
We're not going to spoil, but it's something that I really wanted to happen in Phase 3, and it happened.
Yeah, it did.
And I'm very happy that it happened. Because I was hoping, and I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, and then they did it.
And you're reading a second one.
Yes, so my Legends read, I have recently decided to embark upon the Republic Commando series.
Finally! It took you so long.
And I'm currently on book number 2, 000.
Yay! You think it's all right so far?
Yes. That's the ceiling is all right.
I gotta do a Legends show just so I can force you to read all of it. So you can have a terrible time. No, I'm kidding. You'll be happy to know that our third co-host is in fact here. She might be a little quiet this evening, however.
Yeah, she had a massive tantrum earlier this evening. Possibly induced by lack of sleep earlier in the day.
Yeah, she's a little tired.
Yes.
So she's a little bit cranky, but she might fall asleep again. She woke up when we started talking. So yeah. I just finished a Star Wars book. I read, actually, finally, the Lando Calrissian Adventures. I finally read it because if you are a member of our Patreon and you listen to the Nameless show, you will know that we have gotten, randomly, 2 of the 3 books in this trilogy and couldn't really accurately talk about them because we hadn't read them. Well, so now I've read all 3. I'll save my thoughts. On those.
For when we get the last one. I think it's the second one that we haven't talked about.
Oh, is it the second one?
I
thought it was the first. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The whole point of me reading more Legends is to try to have more to actually talk about on the show because it randomly picks a book that we talk about throughout the episode. To be fair, though, it's also picked a couple that we have read and we
just don't remember.
It's so hard. All right. Well, while we are continuing to wait for more people to hopefully show up, we're going to play a round or 2 of Hunters, and then we'll start answering some questions. We've got questions from our patrons, and you can ask some questions live in the chat, because I haven't gotten it anymore anywhere else. So who knows what we'll talk about? You can ask us anything Star Wars related, really. We're just here to have fun.
All right, let's do this.
Why did you move the microphone closer?
It's just so it's closer.
Oh, I have to invite you. I forgot to do that before we started. If you haven't added me on Hunters, you should totally do that. Or you want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Everything appears to be working as intended. Again, we love that. I keep checking. This is so exciting.
It is. I gotta focus on my game.
I know. We're gonna try to not suck this evening. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just gotta scooch.
Okay. I know, it's hard to move the microphone without it squeaking. I really should fix that.
You don't need pets.
You don't need us to pet you right now.
You need to go back to sleep. Because you're sleep deprived.
Mom and Dad are doing a live stream. I don't actually know if anyone's here. It's impossible to know, really. One thing I really like about this game is like the cosmetics, like the amount of things you have to choose from. Is anyone enjoying season? Is this season 3?
Yes.
Scora's my name, medication's my game.
Dynamic control time!
We're gonna see the control point moving all over the place.
The sets today have been authenticated by the Committee for Historic Preservation. Who says there's no mystery in history?
No, I can't. I've spent money on this game. I mean, not a ton of money, but I have spent money on this game. I didn't want to wait for Chaos to be part of the 100th path, so I just bought her.
Somebody's gotta get control of the point.
Yeah.
Get to the new control point in time.
Not according to the stats.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
This one is mine. Fire! Justice! Reinforcements have arrived.
Control point is somewhere new.
Control point is switch location.
What? Yeah.
I've got the healing touch.
Those claws are here.
You do have a...
Control point contested live.
Yeah. Well, you. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that was you.
It was for you.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh,
It's hot.
Fielding game.
Alright, we're doing good. We're doing okay.
Don't mind that new control point,
Here,
Bob.
the dog's head is in between
Control point
your
located.
legs. Like the wheel legs.
Yeah, I will do my very best.
now you see me.
Those claws are here.
This has gone on for a while. Who's gonna come out on top?
Pigs.
I've got the healing touch.
Mudhorns are halfway to victory.
Gondors need to find another gear.
Hope they are ready for a new control point.
Not long now.
There will the control point and attack.
Can I hunger?
It was for you. Much better.
Those claws holding firm here.
Now you see me.
Somebody's gotta get control of the point.
Yeah, okay.
I've got the healing touch.
No. No.
Just have it.
This has gone on for a while. Who's gonna come out on top?
Hell yeah.
That's
Triple
a
elimination,
dead.
baby.
Mudhorns are right on the verge of victory.
Just brace your time for the gun.
I got the healing touch.
So good.
Don't worry, you're not alone.
We're 98%, so we're just about there.
Team
There we go. We won one of these. This is like the first time we've ever won one
And
of
no
these.
one's here to watch.
Yeah.
We won because no one was watching.
Yeah. Look at my stats.
God.
I think that might be one of the highest eliminations I've ever had in a match. Let's do it.
One. I wrote them down because I couldn't screenshot them. Favorite lightsaber color?
All right, do you have an answer?
No, I gotta think. Do you?
I
have
do. Mine is white.
White. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, she moved. You'll still crush her paws if I move, but
Yeah.
that is a really good one. Listen, I gotta say it. The purple lightsaber is very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's very cool. And now, you know, in canon, there's more than one.
Yeah.
And that, we like that. We like throw your favorite lightsaber color in the chat. You really just gotta laugh these things off. I really like this question. This next one. It's for both of us.
Oh,
like,
okay.
simultaneously. It's the favorite Star Wars thing that we've done together. I thought that was a nice question.
Oh.
I know what my answer is. Do you need to think?
No, I think I know mine too.
Are we thinking of the same one?
I don't know if we are.
Our wedding is mine. It's okay that you didn't pick that one. I'm not upset.
No, I definitely thought. I just went to Celebration.
I mean, we also got married.
Yeah.
At Celebration. No, but that's a very good pick because like that was just a really good time, especially it being your first time.
Yeah.
And it was nice because it was your first time, but it wasn't mine. So like we were able to kind of like, I was able to, you know, help you figure things out, but also like watch you experiencing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool weekend.
Yeah.
We bought we bought so much stuff. I'm gonna tell the story. We bought so much stuff that we had to pay extra because our suitcase was too heavy, and then we thought it wasn't gonna make it back home. We made many mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah. We made the rookie mistake of not doing the, bring an empty piece of luggage with you to the con.
Yeah.
So that you can fill it with con stuff.
Yeah.
And so we pretty much, we literally could not have put one more thing into our suitcase.
No. We also had like that sign, the one that Jared gave us.
Yes. Yeah, so we had to make sure it didn't, break on the flight.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we just bought a bunch of stuff, and then we got to LAX, and the guy was weighing it, and he was like, well, you have to pay, like, an extra $50 or whatever it was, and, like, unless you want to take something out. And in my head, I'm like, buddy, nothing's coming out of that bag.
If we opened it, it never would have closed
No,
again.
it never would have closed again. I'm pretty sure I had to sit on it in the hotel room
Yeah, I
to
think
even
so.
zip it up.
I think so. That was a really fun trip overall.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I didn't start off that great.
No.
But
No.
all's well that ends well.
No. A flight was delayed that made us miss another flight. We got there much later than we intended.
It was a very long day.
Um,
We woke up at about 3-something in the morning Eastern time, and we got to our bed. Well, yeah, but to our hotel room at about 10:30 p.m. Pacific time.
yeah, we were awake for a very long time.
Very, very long day.
But then I was awake at like 5:30 or something Pacific time because like I'm on Eastern time still.
Yeah.
So like we did not sleep much.
No.
That night. Yeah, I'll save the last one that we have for a little bit from now. If anyone's out there.
Drop some questions in the chat if you have any. Otherwise, we'll play another match. I'm gonna see if I can rack up more kills there. That was pretty great.
You're really, really good with the Jawas.
I really am. They're a lot of fun. You can kill a lot of people with
Are
them.
you feeling left out? Look at her looking at you.
It's okay. You need to go back to sleep.
We can play another match.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Do some more dynamic control. Why not?
I have to remember these to look at my screen, not look at your screen.
Looking at my screen is not going to help you very much.
No, it's not.
No, it's really not. I don't know. I'm trying to think, what am I going to do next? Because I'm taking a... Oh, no, I have to finish reading the news that I order. I have to do 5 news that I order for stuff. Why did I set that goal? Why did I do that to myself? Why did I think I could do it?
I don't know.
Can our hunters get
Yeah.
the new control point
Because, like,
inside?
these books are, like, homage.
Yeah.
I like the book a lot. But it's like, I can only read one at a time. Like, I have to, like,
Down you go.
Yeah, I don't know. These teams have not been good. There will be a real change for these live streams. No.
New location for the control point now.
Sorry, but it's supposed to hurt.
Anthony!
Die.
Yes.
Almost got it.
Standards are high.
I've got that healing touch.
Start to get it.
To the new one.
Only can just fit.
That's putting the dynamic in dynamic control.
They're not really trying to get the
No,
point.
I
I don't know.
what they're doing. Time for some fireworks!
Over there somewhere. Yeah, we're about to win. I don't really.
It's a very...
Yeah, we won.
Yay! And we didn't take much effort.
No, we were only on the 3rd control point.
Oh, I am going to be... I don't remember the name of it. You gotta convert those files, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
The next Rogue Squadron book, but it's not the whatever the X-Wing books, it's not the Rogue Squadron ones anymore. The
Yeah.
Essential Legends collection. I'm gonna be reading that next one because I have not read those. So I read them along with...
So we got Tom in the chat. Tom in the chat.
Thank you.
Wait. I was trying to do the air horn. That was not the right sound. Wait. No, it's not even it. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. You do some talking.
It's nice to have someone. It's nice to have someone here. It's been a very long day. I'm trying to decide what that noise that you made sounded like because it was not an air horn.
No, it was not.
I need like one of those like soundboard things where you can like program like different sounds with the buttons.
Yeah.
Just hit it whenever I want. Welcome to the live stream. So happy to have you here. However many of you there may be. Should we answer another question?
Let's answer a question.
We got one more pre-submitted question from our patrons, which is asking us how the Mace Windu... Okay, so we're looking at 2 Mace Windus here.
Yes.
We're looking at the Mace Windu from the Living Force
Yes.
and the Mace Windu from Glass Abyss.
Oh, okay.
How do they compare? How do they hold up? I think that's a really hard question to answer, and I'm going to try to explain why without spoiling either of the books. Here's the thing about Glass Abyss. You're going to meet a completely borderline unrecognizable version of this character in Glass Abyss. So in order to, like, try to compare the Mace Windu of that book to Mace Windu of, like, any other property is a very hard thing to do.
Agreed.
It's hard to explain that without, like, spoiling anything about the book, because the book is very much like a journey of self-discovery. I really want to talk about it now. I'm not going to because I believe I'm going to be talking about it probably with one of our patrons, the book Glass Abyss. Haven't gotten around to that yet, but we will. And I can't wait to talk about it because it is such a unique book. And like after talking to Stephen Barnes, and you'll hear that interview actually this upcoming Tuesday is when it's coming out. It just made me want to go back and reread it again because some of the things he was kind of explaining and like his approach to certain things and why he made some of the choices that he did, it just frames it so well, and I can't wait to talk about it. But it's too soon to talk about it in a spoiler kind of way on the internet because I like to give a month because people read at different speeds, you know. There are probably spoilers out there if you want to find them, but so in short, like that's not really an answer to your question. I think they're both very good. I really liked Mace in
The Living Force?
Yes. Okay. And I really, really, really liked his character in the Glass Abyss. They take place, Living Force takes place first. And he's at 2 completely different, I think, like, stages of his life, or like stages in his, like this is not a spoiler, when you get to the Glass Abyss, he's just lost like one of his really, really good friends. That changes a person,
Yeah.
So again, we're answering your question, but we're also not. I do highly recommend the Glass Abyss. I think like Stephen Barnes is a very, very interesting and fascinating person, and I think that comes through in his writing and like the things he focuses on, and the things he puts his character through. I want to tell you about this book so bad. We'll schedule that discussion very soon. There's a lot going on right now. If you have any other Star Wars book questions or Star Wars questions in general, you can drop them in the chat. Otherwise, or while we're waiting, we'll play another game.
Let's do another round and then, you know, field any other questions.
It's really nice out today.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect fall weather. It's like you don't know what to say to that. Who would know what to say to that?
It was a beautiful autumn day.
We went on 3 walks because that's the kind of life I live right now. I gotta be somebody else. I gotta make this interesting. You may have noticed I played this game way too much and I've leveled up way too much of my characters. It's keeping me sane, and that's all that matters.
You will all bear witness.
Now that there is at least one, if not more people here, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. Not gonna get my 18 eliminations again
We
like
won
I
the
did.
last 2 games, if anyone cares.
I killed a lot of people.
It was awesome.
You have been judged unworthy.
No. When people are watching, of course we're not playing. That's how it goes.
Fear the flame.
I'm still in the lead. It's alright. Alright, we're here. We're okay.
We gotta get some hope.
That put the dynamic in dynamic control.
No, I was gonna...
I'm, I'm sorry. Come back.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, I could have saved your life. I'm also dying. Sorry.
Coordinated assault.
Kill them with fire.
Fire of justice.
Holy crap, was this thing?
Check this out.
Can I
Control point is under.
The control point has switched location.
No! No!
No. I'm shot at.
We're winning. Man. What a great evening. We're winning. To be fair, I couldn't move. You seem like you're doing okay over there.
Yeah. There we go.
Halfway to victory.
There we go.
Mother, halfway there.
Oh. Gotta get to the new one.
Go on that new control point, Ron.
New location. Control point.
No.
Stand up support to conquer assault.
Tempest Breaker
Yes.
is the other one that I would be.
Gun guards are halfway home.
That might
Yeah.
Clan Paul sends their regards.
There's some more Star Wars in my TBR.
Yeah, I think for me it'll pretty much be, you know, Tempest Breaker, any comics that come out for May of the Year, and then however, you know, much more Commando I get through.
I did forget about the comics. I was doing really good on comics and I've kind of fallen back. I would like to at least. So probably like instead of reading
Mudhorns are
like
nearing
more,
the
like,
victory
weapons
line.
books, I will.
Yeah.
This one
We
will
did
be
it
the
We
again.
won again. Look at all this.
Now that's a squad that knows how to win.
Aren't you so proud of us? Hey, look at that. Anybody got any other questions?
We got a question from Tom in the chat. Alright, it says, is there a question you've always wanted to ask an author/creator but never have been able to?
I mean, this could be for you too.
Hmm.
You're always like, oh, you gotta ask them about this. You know?
Am I?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I still have not answered Eli's question from like 2 streams ago. I'm so sorry.
Oops.
There've been a lot of things taking up my brain space lately. Questions I've wanted to ask authors. I think there have been authors that I've wanted to go more in depth with my questions. You know, I like to have like, I'll say like real, like deep conversation, like, you know, when it's warranted. I like to have like less surface level conversations and more like really getting into like the deeper things about like, you know, why is storytelling important, things like, well, like maybe not that, but it's hard to go to that depth. Number one, it's hard to like plan for that ahead of time. So like I'm not gonna like come up with like a deep question because you don't know if the conversation's gonna go that way, right? Also, I've talked to a lot of authors, but a lot of the Star Wars authors that I talk to, I'm talking to them for the first time. So it's like, you don't want to like go on a first date and like ask someone like to reveal their deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So like, I try to like, I keep things a little bit more surface level for that reason. So I like hold back a lot of the questions I don't ask, I save for like, are you going to be on the show for a second or third time, right? Which has happened with a couple authors. John Jackson Miller and Tessa Gratton I've had on twice, and I think that's it so far, right? Chris Kempshall I've also had on twice. And he's gonna probably be back on again to talk to you.
Yeah.
Because I really need that conversation to happen. But also, there's a third piece about why I don't go too in depth, and that is you have to get your questions approved. Not always, but in a lot of cases you do. And that's all I'll say about that. You know, I just like, the conversations I like having most are like, I'm talking to you as a Star Wars author, as a Star Wars fan, but we're also two people who are storytellers and we're talking. And so a lot of the things I want to ask are more about, like, you know, why are you here? Like, why does all this matter to you? You know, and I'll ask, like, you know, what's your Star Wars story? Like, what's your Star Wars history? And, like, to kind of get a little bit of background, like, you know, why, you know, what's your fandom? And that kind of, like, opens up the opportunity for them to talk about themselves a little bit more, you know, in terms of, like, why they're writing a Star Wars book. But it's hard to do that. It's hard to do. I mean, my interviews are also shorter. I don't like to keep people too long. Like, 20 to 30 minutes, I feel like is a good length for a Star Wars author interview, at least for my show. So, as much as I want to, like, go deeper, I usually can't. Sometimes, you know, in that short amount of time, you can make that connection. You can talk about deeper things. My Stephen Barnes interview is officially the longest Star Wars author interview that I've ever had in the show. That's not true. The John Jackson Miller one is longer, right? The first one, when I talked about Kenobi, that was probably over an hour. But, like, in terms of, like, a new book author interview, this one's, like, 45 minutes. Oh, and we talked a lot longer than that. I'll tell you that. And I say that it in a good way. He likes to go. You talking about me? Want to go deep? You know this. You talk to him.
I talk to him.
He just wants to go all in, and I love that. I love that because, like, I love a person who just wants to talk about life. You know, that's what I like doing the most. And, like, I love talking about Star Wars books, and that's you know what an author is on my show to do. But I also am like, you're also a person. And I want to know more about you. And I'm sure other people do too, but you know, you never know. So there's probably, like, specific questions. What is the one? I think there was a question I wanted to ask Sam Maggs that I didn't, and I saved it on purpose.
Oh, you may have told me this.
So, yeah, you remember that? Because I wrote, like, a certain number of questions and I saved one. And I was like, I'm going to save that for when you're back on the show. And I don't remember what it was. I have it written down somewhere, probably, but... yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was probably a really good question, though. I need to, like, not save my really good questions. I'm just going to ask them. You know? I miss Sam Maggs.
Me too.
You gotta get her on Space 50s again.
Correct.
That was, I would love to, this is stupid, but I would love to have more Star Wars authors on Space 50s, because I know that some of them are Swifties, or at least they listen to Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Alyssa Wong, right?
Alyssa Wong. We gotta get them on the show.
I know. Some people are harder to get into contact with than others. That's not their fault. That's, the limits of social media DMing privileges.
Exactly. There are other ones.
Well, there's someone else where it was like, hey, they're talking about. Oh, wait, what? It wasn't. Maybe it was Beth Revis.
Maybe.
I feel like she's mentioned Taylor Swift songs before. How did we get here? We're almost at an hour already.
Yeah.
These go by really fast.
They do.
Especially when you're answering questions and having fun.
Exactly.
By the way, if you're listening to this later, or watching this later, you can leave a question in the comments. We'll answer it in a comment. Or maybe on a future stream. I don't feel like just because you couldn't be here live doesn't mean you can't ask a question. I'm yawning. It's very late. Should we play another map? See if we can win 4 in a row?
Let's do
Have
it.
we won 3 in a row?
Yeah.
I think, is that like the first time that's ever happened?
No, it's happened to us before. But, I mean, we're in unprecedented territory as far as these live streams are.
Yeah. Man, we're doing so good and you're all missing it. I also recognize that it's a Saturday night, and maybe you have plans that are so much cooler than this. I can't believe it's almost November already.
Next Friday.
You're counting the days.
Alright, let me try to switch up here. Let's go with K.
We gotta find a way to like either get both of our screens on here or like figure out how to switch between screens.
Yeah.
I think I know how to do that. I would just have to play around with things because there is a way that I think you could like stream in your screen.
Time for some dynamic control.
I just love this dynamic control.
Lame.
Don't you, Lexi?
Just set that up. Anyone has that? Certainly not.
You have been judged unworthy.
Control point location is moved.
We gotta put together our
Yeah, that and our 2025 reading resolutions. Yeah. I feel like I have most of them. I probably need one more.
Fighting fit.
Where will the control point end up next?
Control point, switch
My
location.
horns are halfway to victory.
Come on.
categories don't have the boundary here. We
Yeah.
already talked about this, but we can talk about it. The only reason we had a daily honor last was because Peter Barnes and Brit honor.
Nothing but ash.
So, you know.
Cannon.
I'll take it.
My horns are right on the verge of victory.
I mean, I don't think
We'll rise to the occasion.
that would be a lot. That would be a lot to figure out. But I'm not even sure.
That puts the dynamic in dynamic control.
Oh, it's up here.
Fire! Justice!
Oh, come on. Really?
Team Mudhorn with the victory.
Yeah.
We did it again!
4 for 4, baby.
I think you've lost your mind a little bit.
I haven't had any caffeine today.
That's on purpose.
Level 28. I got chaos level 20. What's in the chest? A sticker.
You can get
A sticker.
Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay.
Oh, I finished one of the events.
Look at you. I need to come up with a new method